So there's no minus tally. I could just try blinking past and hope I don't land on the trap. I mean, I have enough haste and I have tons of fog. So I think we're going to go with the fog. Yeah, I think it's really, it depends on the board and to some extent, and it's certainly probably evolved over time, and obviously some of the people that I would make fun of aren't actually posting on 4chan necessarily, but there's a similar kind of mentality to some of them. I usually use it more for people whose first instinct is to kind of shitpost anytime they see something vaguely they don't like and start posting like, the weird stuff I see is people posting weird conspiracy theories about like what the devs are doing and making up very bizarre stories about so-and-so doesn't like this guy and he steals his ideas and he doesn't give him credit, and I hear all sorts of like really like high school sounding nonsense, so I'm just like, okay. We're just trying to make a game. We're not really trying to like reenact high school style drama. Like most of the people who are doing dev are like in their 20s and well into their 30s, maybe into their 40s. We're kind of past all that. Sounds like people fantasizing. Yeah, I mean, people take playing games like these pretty seriously. This is like a genre that definitely inspires some pretty it's a quote-unquote like hardcore style of game, so you get really strong opinions, and with that comes... Oh, well, there's that orb of fire. I'm actually going to go see if I can track him down. I guess I should do it this way. He might have just teleported back into the vault. Oh, well, my friend. There's a Scorcher. Oh, there you go. Okay. Blast you back? I didn't think so. How do I want to deal with you, my friend? I knew you were going to sneak up on me like this. Oh, I should have gone up and then blown you back. That's what I should have done. Well, let's take you up. We teleport. This will probably be an easy way to do this. If I blink, I'm gonna. Thankfully, I'm RF2, so I can tank a couple of hits here. We just got to be careful. All right, that might do it. We can try the file, but this. We might have. Yeah, there he goes. Wish I had gone up and blown it back. That would have been a lot easier way to deal with this. Please. I can Firestorm. The problem is it's not really going to block him, and it takes some turns to actually kill him, and I'm not hasted. That's another thing. Don't really want to have to burn another haste. I just might be forced to, because he's going to do pretty good damage. This is why that translocation spell is a little bit handy sometimes, because you can disperse things. Although that, well, it blinks them, but it doesn't teleport except based on MR. this lack of haste is a problem. I don't have enough distance with this guy, so I could blink, but the problem is it just may not be enough. And he can one-shot things a little bit too easily. Don't want to have to burn through more. We've only spent about 3 or 4 turns, so I've still got another 4 or 5 turns before teleport goes off. So overall, it's not the best plan. It would have been good to just go up and possibly blow him back. Although, looking at what these stairs were, it wasn't even that good. So that's sort of on me. I should have explored that area a little bit more carefully. Yeah, it's just not enough to really guarantee it. And at some point, I'm just going to have to quaff haste and just kind of deal with it, because I'm sort of running out of options here. The more HP I lose, the worse this is going to be. This is also why I'd like to have boards for Viv. That would have been a really handy spell. There he is. Oh wow, I tellied. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I can probably just finish him off. Yeah, this should do it. There we go. I'm just gonna wait till Mr. Shock Beast dies, and then we'll just finish him off this way. Well, that kind of sucked, man. It's another haste spot down. This top 5's turning into such a hassle. So we did get a couple mutations. Frail is not good, but we'll wait until finishing off the rest of that before we deal with it. Well, I have to say, this sod has definitely been throwing up some serious resistance. I wish I had, like... I wish I had more fighting. Actually, we're all out of, Really? Wow. That sucks. We're out of summons, really. Yeah, oh it is. I mean, that one is one that can get you in trouble with a character like this for sure, but they do have Swift at least. Nice little area from which to Firestorm. Oh man, I could have just eaten this. Well. Well, that kind of backfired a little bit, didn't it? Got too much. Oh, I don't know. That's 2 squares. Okay, this is probably enough. There we go. Preemptively qual for brilliance here. There's 20 Evo. That's enough for now. Say 24 here. Overall, we definitely need to improve some of our tactics with Firestorm, I think. Those orbs of fire, if they just get next to you, you just need to have a slightly better plan than, like... Blinking is not terrible. It's the lack of haste and their ability to close in that can be kind of an issue. Something like a summon scroll, or just summons in general, are sort of a good thing to have. Gives you a lot of extra safety, or at least maybe something like Dispersal would help. Just straight blink can be kind of... can take a while before you get the right one, and then you're eating... You need to have like at least RF2 if you're gonna do antics like that. Good old Wand of Gamelon. Iron Shot is, yeah, it is good enough, but it's contingent on some things like, you know, if your max HP is 150, if you have RF3, max HP this much, you can, and really good spell power, you can generally take them down okay. You really, though, want to be like pretty maximal. You really want good spell power, you really want good fire resistance, because you're going to take some of that damage and you really need to eliminate most of it. And I'm RF2, which is like okay, my max HP is not that great. My spell power is actually pretty good, even with Iron Shot. Although it's not... Actually, I have 0 Earth, so I really shouldn't be talking about it. I have pretty crappy... I could have a lot better. Somebody really using Iron Shot would definitely have more Earth. They would have like, you know, at least 12, if not more. So I'm using Iron Shot... mostly for things that totally resist, but for me it's not a good call versus an Orb of Fire, because it's not going to do amazing damage. It would get the job done. Orb of Destruction is also good against Orbs of Fire. You just need the right distance and you need the right setup to use that. The distance where I could use it, I tend to use Firestorm, but you could actually probably take care of them most of the time with Orb of Fire or with Orb of Destruction with a little bit less difficulty. But I'm not using... I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. Yeah, the thing with it missing is that just go big, go for really good spell power if it's going to be your final endgame spell for killing stuff. People like Orb of Destruction so much because of its general quirkiness, but also because it doesn't miss. But if you get excellent spell power, you won't miss that much with Iron Shot, and I've made characters that kill Orbs of Fire with it just fine. It's just helpful though that you have some HP and you really get those resists, because you got to be within range of it to kill it. Orb of Destruction is definitely more convenient for killing orbs of fire, and you can just use that spell on that particular monster as well. You know, you'd have for Orb of Destruction to have like to be bad, you'd have to have like somehow really high Earth and maybe not very much Conj. But if you had enough Int, it would totally still do the job because of the way the damage rolls are for that spell. So just something to keep in mind, that spell is another maybe more convenient way. But LCS is also excellent. It's actually a lot better for killing an Orb of Fire because it actually has innately better accuracy as well as damage. Yeah, I agree with you, Iggy. It's a weird spell. It's got all sorts of spoilery stuff about how it works, but it's definitely a player favorite. They love the quirkiness of it and the feel of it, because it feels like you're launching this like massively destructive slow thing, which is sort of fun.
I love the power glove. It's so bad.
Yeah, LCS is like not a very good spell in that it takes it's level 8. It's a level 8 spell, so it's 2 levels higher than Iron Shot. So you really have the kind of character that can actually learn that and have Earth enough where the damage is actually really, really solid. So
just keep your power gloves off her.
yeah, I mean, as far as Orb of Destruction, just the basic use case of it is straightforward. It's just the details of what it does. Planktonite with the sub. Please, everyone, give Planktonite your appropriate emote of choice. Thank you so much, Planktonite. 2 months in a row. I don't know if you can. I don't think you can set up little things for people who have so many months going. Kappa clap. Very nice. And a raccoon. Yeah, the OOD does a massive amount of damage in comparison to Prism. It really does have a pretty high damage roll. It's OOD it's 7, right? Or is it? Yeah, it is 7. So it really does a ton of damage is the thing. So you can kill, with good spell power, you can kill an Orb of Fire with potentially as few as 2 hits. Quite often it'll just be 3. Fulminant Prism at max spell power is going to take a lot more. I mean, killing an Orb of Fire with that spell would just be horrendous. But I agree that as a general purpose spell, it's convenient in a lot of ways. It never misses. There's no weird hijinks to worry about. It hits with AoE, so that's certainly convenient. It's kind of like has some similar properties to Firestorm, really. It's reasonably popular as a spell too. Oh, I know what we can do. No, wait. How do I, there we go. And then, in honor of Iggy, now I am the Fulminant Prism. I can also be an Orb of Destruction. I used to play with this. This is a Lua that I wrote called Random Tiles that can randomize your tile and let you look up and set the player tile to be any monster in the game. If you wanted to use this yourself, we still have 4. We haven't picked up another rune yet. But yeah, you can use that in your own RC. You can include randomtiles.rc in your RC, and then it has a thing where you can So alright, that's enabling it. It has macros that you can decide. So normally it works like this. It'll change every time it'll change every so many turns and every time you gain an XL. And do I not have the... There we go. And this is the one to become a random new monster, so I'm cycling it right now. I have the messages themed as if your god is telling you. But you can actually configure that yourself. And this is, some of them are actually animated, like Orb of Destruction here, and the Fulminant Prism you saw. It has some unfortunate things, like you can't see your equipped armor. You can only see your shield and weapon. And it also confuses anybody spectating you to no end, but this kind of goes without saying. Oh yeah. Giago. What's the name of that? How do you... it's actually one that's here. Giago? No. I forget... I don't know how to... There we go. Yep. Oh, look who it is. It's Onto class. What's up, Onto? I haven't seen you in a while. Onto is another crawl dev. And he's made many of the tiles that you see in this game. And is a great tiles artist. And he also works on Cave of Kud. And does, I think, the tile art for that. So if you like crawl tiles, you certainly appreciate his work. I don't know if Onto made the current curse skull. I think that's a pretty old tile. Alright, so we're clearing Zot from the other side. And we're almost done. We fought like 3 or 4 orbs of fire. So the way this vault generates is it picks a set as a core set in the upper chambers, and the core sets in rotation are like 3 orbs of fire. I think it might vary the number from like 3 to 5, or like 3 to 5 ancient liches, or like 3 to 5 killer clowns. I actually don't know what the max and min on that is. I think it might even be fixed at 3. And then it places a bunch of random ancient liches kind of throughout the entire thing, and then a bunch of other random Zot monsters. So you can get Orb of Fire in both, and thus see a ton of them, but typically you'll fight at least a few ancient liches because they have a special kind of placement throughout. And of course some of the normal placements can roll things like Orbs of Fire or Killer Clowns or whatnot. Alright, well, oh, we got throwing nets. So that's Zot 5. I don't know why I'm walking all the way over here to do this, but I'm just gonna walk into this until we teleport out. I need to even waste the scroll. I say until we teleport out. Oh, there we go. So some lessons there were favor having RF, because if you're going to deal with Orbs of Fire, you really want to not be in a bad situation. We didn't make out too badly, but we burned through some of our haste, and we burned through, I think, a total of 4 heal wounds. And we don't have any left of those or anything. Those are pretty precious. The merfolk tiles. Roxanne. Oh, I didn't realize you had done that one. Yeah, that's a nice tile. Become Roxanne. I am now the purple statue. Mutations, I got Frail, which is bad, and then Shoutitis, which is like the... I will possibly cure that, but I guess the next thing I want to do now is go read this acquirement. So you can see we have burned through some food. We are down to 24, and it's going to keep on going. We're next going to go to the Abyss, I guess, because I really don't have anywhere else to go. And then we got to think about maybe doing Tomb, and Tomb is going to require some fun strats. We don't have a ton of magic potions, so the basic probably technique there is actually probably going to be using lignification pots. So now that here's the vote. So here's the situation. I've got 16 Necro and Transmutation. I could cast Necromute if I find it. I could try to acquire Book for Necromutation, or I could try to acquire Misk to get a Crystal Ball, because we still haven't seen one. I've got enough Evo where I can use it fairly well, and I also finally do have a Staff of Energy. Yeah, I could clear Hell Entrance. I would prefer to have Necromutation for that, because you will face some Torment, but you can, depending on the entrance, you can kind of wing it, and you can Stair Dance a lot. But yeah, that's actually some extra XP. That's not too bad. Yeah, no Seaball. Kind of light on Misk items that are not the usual ones this game. Like I've picked up all the, and I actually used them all. I'm all out right now, which is sort of a shame because I do have 20. RN+++ isn't really going to save me too much. Each level of that is only 5%. So even with that, I'm going to take 35% of my health with every single Torment, and with, you know, that's like taking 50 damage basically. So it's helpful, and I actually do have RN+, but what I really mean is like just Torment resistance. But yeah, it's generally fine. There's actually not too many monsters that have Torment in the Vestibule, because I don't think tier 1 monsters even generate in the Vestibule, to be honest. So, but you might get a Tormentor, but it's really non-issue, so it should be fine. Yeah, it's better, but it's not. What I'm saying is it's really not enough. It's, you know, I'm not. It's not going to save me to the point where I'd care. Mostly because I have stairs, so I will Stair Dance if I have to. Although, let's see. What do we got? Okay, so we do have Disjunction. I might actually get this spell. We're also back online for Sea Blink, which is great. Yep, Hell has all the Tormentors, and that's why we want. That's why I'd prefer to have Necromutation if I could. I will try to get what RN I can, but it's just not going to be enough to prevent being in danger kind of constantly. I mean, I'll be trying to Firestorm stuff as much as possible and avoiding as much Torment as I can, but even with RN3, you can just take 50 damage, and that just has to happen once to twice depending on your existing damage before you're in really a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, none of the high-level Necromancy is dropped, so I don't have Borgs or Viv either. No, I don't want Shock. Necro. Yep. We only got that. So I could have. So this is what it is. It's acquire Book or acquire Misk. I'm gonna go refill my drink. I'll put up the acquire poll and people can vote. They'll probably give meme votes, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, and we can see what this acquire scroll will give us. I'll be back in just a few. Okay, we're back. Armor. Oh, you guys. Book 5. Evo 0. Nobody's a fan of the Crystal Ball. I know Book is going to screw me over. I just know it. Man. Wonder what damn. I mean, there's decentish odds, but all right, here we go. Ah, Book of Changes. Damn, that's annoying. That sucks. That's all. That's the right school, but the wrong spells. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bee. Son of a poop. Well, jewelry, I don't really need jewelry right now. The only thing I'm going to get is like some artifact that might be convenient in some way, but I have all the jewelry I need. Oh, I already have statue. And yeah, that's a spell I could use. It does that gives me you know, an additional 50% of torment, which to be fair may be enough. You know, I can potentially use that. I can't cast it right now, but that's only because I need more earth. Actually, I can cast it right now. I have 0 earth and I can cast it. Guess I might as well get some earth.